Hey DKI, Ken Copeland here, Director of Business Development with DKI Pro Supply, and it's time to take 5. Today we're talking Phoenix, and joining us from DKI Services, we have Matt Wright, President and COO. How you doing today, Matt?
Hey, great. How are you doing, Ken and Ray?
I'm doing great.
Good, thanks for joining us. And from Phoenix Enterprise Solutions, we have Ray Burtka, the President and CEO of Phoenix Solutions. How you doing, Ray?
Doing great. Thanks for the invite today.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Hey, do I get the first question today, Ken?
Yeah, you got the first question, Matt. You got it.
First off, I mean, I've already noticed I have the most receding hairline. Unless you guys are like wolf men, I'm sitting here with receding hairline. I just noticed that as we were going. Plus, I'm not sure if I have enough DKI logos in the shot or not. But anyway.
You've got 3. I can see 3. This is kind of like a Where's Waldo type thing. You can see where's the DKI logo.
There's actually one hidden in the panty behind him.
Ray, we've obviously known each other quite a while, and one thing that I usually teach, coach, and train about is innovation. If you're not constantly innovating, you become stagnant. Stagnant companies don't make it. So, can you tell us a little bit about some of the innovation that Phoenix has developed over the now almost going on 2 years now relationship with you with DKI? So, I was hoping that you could maybe take us through that real quick.
Yeah, so, over the last 2 years, we've been studying the market, looking at, other platforms and how they were actually being utilized, things that people were doing, things that they liked or didn't like. And we really wanted to bring a platform to the industry that was a very friendly user interface, and it was a good user experience for anybody that was using that platform for the first time. We wanted it to be like, hey, you're jumping in and you could really get your hands around it and you wouldn't really need too much formal training. And with that being said, we had the first version of the system, and here in this past July, we relaunched the new Into DKI platform with all of that data that we've looked at and all of those studies that we've done over the past years to provide that new user interface, that new experience to give, Into DKI that 21st century feel and look that we wanted to bring to it for so long. And it was really built around that feedback that we received from the members along, this process over the last year.
You just put us all to sleep, but I'm telling you, that was a great answer, Ray.
and Ray, and the cool thing about what you guys are doing is you've been able to customize it to our needs as we go too. I mean, you roll out a version, give us time to look through it and work through it and test it out, and then help us work through the kinks. So it's been a great tool for us. So we thank you for for all you've done so far. So as a strategic partner of DKI, how are you providing value to the network? I mean, how does your system provide value to our members?
As I previously mentioned, we're constantly listening, looking at the system, seeing how it's being used, listening to the feedback and making adjustments that are requested by different individuals, whether it be provider from DKI or listening to people back at your corporate office on things that they need to make their projects easier. Our development speeds and the flexibility of our platform is unlike most others in the system, and it can be changed and updated quickly. Our dev cycles or development time is very, very short compared to most other tech companies.
So, no, go ahead. So I was just going to ask. Yeah. So is that the way? If there was one way that you would say is differentiates you from other software companies, is that what it would be, or is there something else?
I mean, it's really. We took a different approach when we built our data model or our platform, and I guess I can nerd out on it. And I've said it a million times, but we built our system like Legos, to where we're not built on, I don't want to say a solid foundation. We can take our bits and pieces of our system and platform apart quickly and build it around a client or around a process relatively quick, or take a new module that is completely custom and plug it into our system without it disrupting other components of the platform. Other systems or platforms out there just don't have that capability because they build this solid, foundation that, they can't divvy from or change because that's how they built their system to run. They didn't build it to be customizable. They built it to be just one way.
And I don't think a lot of people get super excited about software. And we have so many softwares out there now. What I get excited about is the stories I hear about the support that you offer. We're doing a very large job now for a national client. And I know that this may be dated, so I wanted to say who or where, but you guys are actually clerking that job because the member isn't totally up to snuff on the software. They're not totally trained. They're getting there, but this is a very large, complex job. So you were able to step in and clerk the job. and charge accordingly. So, I mean, it's still going to provide a good gross profit for the member, but it's also something that's compensatory to you. I know, having run restoration companies before, sometimes we get in a pinch. We don't have people to run a job. So it's great to know that that's available.
We just don't want to be considered a software as a service company.
Right.
And that's what a lot of these tech companies are. We want to be considered a software and a service because we can offer more than just software.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And you can tell this is not a typical tech conversation. Use words like divvy and snuff in the conversation. So it's not a typical IT conversation. So this is awesome. So Ray, what was
dumbing it down for us? Exactly what he did. I saw it coming.
So Ray, what would you say the best way for one of our members to learn more about your offerings and what Phoenix has to offer?
Really just simply reach out to Zach, Rachel, or myself. Zach and Rachel work with the network on a day-to-day basis, and they have a great working relationship with them. They're the ones that are doing the onboarding, the training, and the daily support. Another thing that they could actually do is we're launching a new website actually here next week that's going to kind of break down all of our softwares, all of our offerings kind of in a nice graph view. So a provider can actually go and see on our website how they can plug and play with Phoenix and where we can help them outside of just software. They'll be able to see the services that we offer as well.
Very cool. Yeah, so we'll have some contact information up at the end of the video, so that way our members will have a way to reach out to you guys.
That'd be great.
As you can tell, Ray is out in my garage. He's setting up my Wi-Fi system today. So Ray, if you'll come up, we'll have lunch, and then you can get back to Ohio.
I can do that.
Hey, I appreciate you today, man. This is great. It's been a great partnership. I hope that many of our members, I do know they have a huge success. I hope that when people see this, they'll reach out, give your team a call. And Ken, I'm sure that the information will be at the end of the reel here so they can get in contact with them directly.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Perfect.
Ray, thanks for joining us today. For you DCAD members watching this, if you are not in the project management part of your business, please share this with your owners or with your project managers or your estimators. I mean, this is a great, Phoenix is a great tool, and want to make sure we're utilizing it as much as we can. So thank you guys very much, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.